Hello, Fist to you all! Because you know why? You know why? The drama is surrounding us. Can you feel it in the air? It's electric. It's electric because BlizzCon Online. Great sadness in my heart. BlizzCon Online is in just a few hours, and we're going to be here. We're going to be sipping martinis by the shoreline as we ultimately get to revisit all the things that got leaked yesterday. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Blizzard themselves causing the drama this time. Blizzard doing it to them damn selves, revealing all the sneaky information early. Wah, 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 bow. Sad times all around, but that's okay because we don't... Of course, I was exposed to it. I have not been well the last couple of days, which sucks because being ill is a giant waste of time. But that's okay, because my phone went crazy and it was all the stuff, including Blizzard, saying, oops. Oopsies. Oopsies. Oh well. What we don't have is all the cool cutscenes and all the cool cinematics. I personally am looking forward to some cool Diablo 4 stuff. Hope to get to see that. I'm not a big fan of the game, but goddamn, they're like watching movies. I will take some of that action. And also hoping to see what they're going to do. What is Blizzard going to do with all these little IPs that seem to have stagnated? What is going to happen with StarCraft 2? Heroes of the Storm? What is Overwatch's next move? I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully we're going to find out. Hopefully we're going to find out what they're going to do there. As many have said, we're unlikely to get a new IP or a new game, for those of you who don't know what IP is, from Blizzard this time around with all the coronavirus stuff, but hope remains in my heart that we see something. Overwatch 2, if we get a WoW 2, unlikely, man. Unlikely. I can't see them delving again into the MMO market unless they really have a good idea. But who knows? Who knows what secrets lie under the hood at Blizzard? It's nice to know where we're going in World of Warcraft stuff, which is good. Happy days. But it would still be tantalizing. BlizzCon's always such an exciting time. Such an exciting time. And I do want to extend it out there to the many thousands of you who I see when I get to go to BlizzCon. I am sorry. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite times of the year is to go to BlizzCon and meet everybody. I do spend sort of 3 or 4 days just literally hugging people from around the world. And not being able to do that is quite sad. It is quite sad. I don't really go to BlizzCon for the announcements or anything like that. That's all well and good, but it's nice that I get to see so many of our US audience, especially, except Isaac, because he's a prick. So there you go. There you go. But that's not why you're here right now. We will be back on stream if you are live here right now. These wonderful people here. You see them? We will be back in a few hours. We're going to start off the stream for BlizzCon in about 5 hours from right now. An hour before BlizzCon starts to get all warmed up and get excited and talk about all those things. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We'll be with you for about 3.5-ish to 4 hours because they have... If you haven't seen the schedule, we have the opening ceremony, of course. Then they're going to have the WoW What's Next panel, so all the stuff that's upcoming in World of Warcraft. And then immediately after that, they're doing the WoW Deep Dive, where they're going to talk a little bit more in detail about all these things. And that's where us nerds start rubbing our legs, because we're going to find out about the mechanics of a lot of the new stuff that is coming. Please no benthic pearls. Please no benthic pearls. Stay strong. We're not going back to benthic pearls. Right, guys? There's going to be no Stygian armor or whatever nonsense it's going to be. None of that. None of that. None of that. It is in 6 hours, so we will be live in 5 hours. There'll be no Stygian army or anything like that. Veiled Argonite. Ugh. I do want to talk about it now. Like, what's the worst thing you would expect to see them revamp from the old era? We feel we haven't done enough with anime power, so there's going to be a much bigger focus on your anime power. No, please not. Please don't do that. Anyway, while we're here right now, let's have some drama. Let's have some fun. Let's have some giggles. Our favorite game. And what is always the funniest part of World of Warcraft? It is, of course, loot. And the craziness that people feel towards those purple pixels. And the abuse that people suffer at the hands of people who want those shiny, shiny, shiny purple pixels. Especially if they have a big item level number. Oh my god. A giant item level number. Wow! So big. Look at that. I can now finally get into a Mythic Plus. Lies. 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 Oh, also, if you did miss our conversation about Raider.io that we had after our video the other day, it is up on the PG stream highlights. I don't know if someone can link that. So if you missed that sort of big conversation with many thousands of people, then you can check it out there. It's about an hour and a half long, so it's a much longer discussion than we can have in a video. Now, I do need a guild name here for my live audience. I do need a guild name. If you could offer up a wonderful guild name, maybe something that is appropriate to our current situation here, that would be great. The Leakers. I like that, actually. The Leakers. That is a wonderful name. Thank you for going straight in with the Boomers. Appreciate that always. Wow, wonderful people to take any opportunity to try and harass me. Thank you. Look, man, I'm getting my hair back. Just don't look at the back. Don't look at the back. Look at the front that's growing in. Just ignore this bit, all right? Look at this bit that's growing in. Look, ignore that. Ignore that bit. As long as you look at me face on, it's fine. As long as you look at me face on, it's fine. That will be so good there. All right. Let's go. Hello, Preacher, and that wonderful chat. Oh, you're being buttered up already, ladies and gents. I come to you from Team USA. Team USA. I come to you with a humble story of standing up for what is right, for fighting back against oppression and beating down those bullies and those slaves to EPGP and DKP systems. There is no fucker in the world still using a DKP system. Like, there's no way. There is no way someone is still using a DKP system in 2021. There is no fucking way, man. This is a story of a guild that was run by the worst kind of person. This type of person who thinks he could take his presence, and that's in inverted commas, within World of Warcraft and turn it into harm of the real world. But let me get you to him shortly. I take you to the beginning of my time. I started World of Warcraft in Mists of Pandaria, and I currently play through the Shadowlands with my close-knit group of IRL friends. I am by no means sweaty. But I enjoy clearing content with friends over some beers. Look, I resent this, okay? I resent that players, good players, and players who play a lot are sweaty, okay? Not all, some, for sure, but I resent this. We all live in different cities. And it's nice for us to stay in touch because we are very close, just not geographically. Usually if one person is online, we all are online. When Classic came back out, we wanted to see what we could do as far as leveling and clearing content the old-fashioned way. Oh god, it's Classic. People are so serious in Classic. Why? Why are you so serious in Classic? Why? We had me, a druid, a warrior named Hawk, of course, one of the most knowledgeable Classic people I know. What does that mean? What does that mean? And a mage, Doggo's Gear, and my brother. We are extremely lenient and don't flame anyone ever. Even if people are bad in dungeons from time to time, we soldier on as a team and get it done. It's just not in us or worth our time to get upset about trivial things, alright? We're all good-natured, honest individuals. The best people you could find. We do what we know best and clear content at a nice, slow, and steady pace. We're having a great time as we move through dungeons and some open world PvP. God, this sounds like the intro to one of them guilds, you know? No drama. We're here to have fun, everybody. Woo! It's all going to be good. As we near level 60, we start to think, it's probably time we should probably look for a raiding guild. And work on the gear to farm sets and get ready. It's the obvious next step now we're reading cap, is to get up to that level. So we start to scan general and trade chat. Imagine starting Classic and not already having a guild. We begin scanning general and trade chat to see who is currently recruiting and if there were open spots for raiding. My brother Doggos had a lot of time on his hands during this moment, so he was fairly geared compared to us. My wife and I just had a little babby, so my time was limited to get on at night, which was fine. I would find time to play when I was able, and the other two had a little bit less responsibility, so they were more free to play. My brother finds us a guild that was recruiting and had been clearing content Now, this is in quotations. Consistently. Of all the words to be in quotations, consistently is not one of them. Enter the Leakers. The Leakers welcome us with open arms because they need a healer, me, playing a druid, and more DPS to fill out the roles. My brother Doggos whispers me and says, these guys look alright. Let's go for it. This seems like a good chance for us all. Alright then, we're in. I checked their Discord out of curiosity. Full of messages, jokes, guildies, flexing gear they are receiving from dungeons and raids. Alright, seems like a decent place to start, and so we introduce ourselves. We start getting into more dungeon groups to farm more gear and get decent pieces so we can move up to the raid. This is where the GM comes in. Offbeat Fox. I had an issue. And call me a dick, but I really thought everything I needed to know about this guy from his Discord picture. Oh, Offbeat Fox is here in the chat with us. Hello, Offbeat Fox. I'm about to describe you. Are you ready? The first thing I could tell from Offbeat Fox's image in Discord was he was just over 5 feet tall. I could see a door behind him for scale. And my god, what a magnificent neckbeard. It was so bushy and thick. Now, I'm not judging him. Just something I noticed when I looked at his Discord picture. He's a Fury Warrior that would spec protection for our raids. I thought to myself, nice. He looks like a real fucking nerd. And he's our GM raid leader. This is going to be good. Wow. This guy definitely has no real life. Score! This is what we need in a GM. I can tell from the picture. Yes! Oh, this is going to... We're on a winner! We're on a winner, guys. We... Oh, unlucky Offbeat Fox. We might have a solid group here to make moves on actual progress. Let's fast forward a little bit then. We get enough gear to be considered to join the raid group. Hawk, Doggos, and I sit in TeamSpeak and in-game, as well as being in the guild Discord. We do this so we can talk to each other still, and then just mute in Discord as it didn't really matter what we had to say. Don't do this. Please, I beg of you. This is a big red flag for guilds. Like, even if you think it's innocent, please don't do this. One of you is going to fuck up. One of you is going to fuck up and answer some question in the Discord and not in your TeamSpeak, and everyone's going to know that you have a different comms going on, right? It's just a bad idea. Please don't do this. It's the first step to calamity. Don't do this. I know it's innocent. I know. Just please don't do this. We enter Discord to 40 people talking over each other, and what I would imagine a slaughterhouse would sound like in the background. It was chaos. Only briefly. Everyone tamed themselves as the raid began to start. We are moving to Zul'Gurub, and this is new to me. I'm a healer, so it doesn't really matter. No matter where we are, we make health bars go up. We do fine and start clearing the trash. Another healer officer just said to follow him and just heal the tank. And I thank him for his words of wisdom. We start to pull bigger packs and people start chit-chatting a lot more. Who to attack, what mechanic to do, and out of nowhere, we all hear, "Big heals on Fox! Big heals on the Fox!" There was only one mob on Fox. Not a boss. We heal him and he calms down. I was really confused. Was this guy having a stroke? But he did this on every pull. He would scream, "Big heals! Fox needs big heals though! Big heals on me!" Over and over. I may or may not stopped healing him because he was actually getting on my tits with his shouting. But either way, I don't really want one of the tanks to die, so, you know, we'll push on. We get the kill and some purples drop on the boss and people are enamored and some DPS get a bis piece at a time. He proclaims that he is the king and has the most EPGP and used his points. I wasn't aware of what the hell EPGP was, but my little group filled me in. Easy enough to understand, clear content with guildies, earn some points, use it to buy some loot. However long you're in the dungeon, you get more points. This was a big part of the system. A time to point ratio. We clear the raid, and needless to say, my group got no items because we have no EPGP. Makes sense. Sure. The next night, we group together and start farming dungeons, putting in tons of points to make sure we're at least contributing towards some EPGP goals. We start to climb the list. Looks nice. We can feel it coming where we can choose to buy an item. Success. In the meantime, all right, I don't have this in the list, so I don't know whether it was missed, whatever, but I did not expect this plot twist. In the meantime, Big Fox GM recruits a lady. Oh! A lady hunter called Zombie. Oh my god. And wait till she sees that beard and that 5-foot Chad! Ugh. Now, she's chilling in Discord all the time with Fox because she's new to the raid scene. Well, that's cool. It's cool. You have to start somewhere. He upgrades her rank to priority immediately. He boosts her EBGP so she can get started in understanding the system. One of the ways he does this is to spend 3+ hours in each dungeon with her so they earn more points. And they were doing it all day. Their EPGP points were exploding past everybody else's. But nobody was saying anything because he's a GM. The next raid comes and we're doing Zul'Gurub again. It's clear, gear, you know. Gotta make that bank. Needless to say, Zombie had now earned so many points from EPGP that she was claiming nearly everything that dropped that she could wear. I'm not jealous of this girl, I want to be clear on that. But it really annoyed everybody in the group. She was constantly talking over everyone, and the GM Fox just laughed at everything she fucking said. At one point, she said, "I'm using misdirect," and he started pissing himself. That is hilarious. But that wasn't the case. She was worse than the typical classic hunter. Oh, because he hasn't got misdirect. I get the joke. She was the worst than the typical classic hunter. Her pet pulled, she would multi-shot random packs. It caused multiple wipes, but was never told to leave. This grace would never be given to any other player, but oh well. She's new to raiding. She's a girl. Let's be nice. After multiple wipes, we do eventually, though, reach the big boy himself. Haka. The hunter is supposed to kite the sun and wait to bring him to the platform. This was not going to happen. We wipe again. People are starting to get pissy. ZG is a farm raid. Pretty clear, and we've wiped so many times. Under their breath, though, whispers are starting to fly. The pink is lighting up. We can't upset the balance of power, we thought, as Fox had an extremely short fuse. He would kick people for virtually nothing and then laugh about it within the officer ranks. Not only was he padding his EPGPs, but he's kind of a dick when it comes to being a GM. So after almost an hour of wiping and gear fixes, we kill Hakar, and wouldn't you note it, the hunter gets even more loot. Offbeat Fox has also picked up some healing gear for himself because he said he wanted to be able to heal himself, and he was testing out some new tactics as he described it. All of the healing team could have used the gear, but he said, "It's mine, and I have the most points." At this point, I have the most points, so what are you going to do? At this point, I lost motivation to even come to the fucking raid. What is this? It wasn't worth getting worked up in the limited amount of time I even had to play World of Warcraft, especially if I was no longer getting gear. So I pugged the next week and got more gear than I'd done in the entire guild. Our little group also decided they probably weren't going to the raids any further with Mr. Fox. Fox stole loot, flamed everyone except Zombie. Why would we bother? So a week or so goes by and I see a note in Discord. Sad news, ladies and gentlemen. Zombie has been fired from her job. Says she'd been harassed by the owner. No jokes. Not funny. Within seconds. All caps. All bold. Big Fox comes in. Fuck this bar. Let's ruin it. Let's ruin it with internet justice. Now, mind you, COVID had started to happen and small businesses were going down pretty fast. He decided he would use his time to orchestrate a virtual attack on Google reviews to lower the bar's rating. He said he wanted to fuck this place up. Everyone in the guild who writes a 1-star review of this bar will get 250 EPGB points, which is an equivalent of 2.5 hours of content clearing. Also, if you don't do it, he's going to note you down on the list. Yeah. Not laughing now, are you? On the fucking list. Think about it. The White Knight himself, clad in his golden pearly armor, was the first to make a review. 25 or so bad reviews started to go in and the bar's score plummeted. You bastards. I'm in TeamSpeak with Doggos and Hawk and I'm dumbfounded these slaves to the looting system allowed something like this to happen. Attacking a real-life company for loot, especially classic loot. Although it has to be said, classic loot is really nice. You dick. You fucking dick. I work for a small business. I know what harm a bad review can have, so naturally, I take it to the Discord. WTF is wrong with you guys? How are you going to attack this business? And you don't even know what happened in the first place. How immature and disgusting are you to try and ruin this person's business for loot points? Everyone here needs to grow up and learn to be better human beings. This is disgusting that you would do this. All of you should be ashamed of yourselves. Round of applause. Round of applause. It was something of that nature. Shockingly, I was instantly banned and G-kicked. My comment was deleted from Discord. LOL. Doggos and Hawk was still in there, dying laughing. I didn't care that it happened, but I messaged Fox. I was on ignore immediately. I messaged the knowledgeable healing officer who had told me to follow him once and heal tanks. He said, sorry, can't do anything now. You shouldn't have said anything that goes against Fox. What is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you guys? Don't go against the GM of a WoW guild. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Offbeat Fox, unaware of my little group being in there, started talking shit and saying how bad I was, and I got kicked, and I wasn't even healing enough, TBH. I laughed because these messages were obviously being relayed back to me in real time by my bros. That night, I watched the reviews pile in on this guy's business, and I had to do something more. Where can I find the ulterior source? This is so sad, oh my god. What to do, though? Where can I find a bigger pile of degenerates than a WoW Classic guild? I decided to seek help in the Classic WoW subreddit. Huge brain. Honestly. Huge brain. Oh, you started some shit now. You started some shit now. Oh, God. You started some shit. I explained there what had happened. Obviously not giving out anyone's information, even though those cunts deserved it. I only put the restaurant's name on the post and the glorious community took over. The reviews piled in. I was obviously flamed for being a white knight by some people on Reddit, but the response was genius. 5-star reviews flew like the fucking phoenix from the sun. The negative 1-star reviews and the owner started responding to some of those negative reviews. It turned out that our girl Zombie and her boyfriend both worked at the bar and they were both just dog shit. Multiple reviews prior to the attack stated that the biggest problem people had with the bar were her specifically, and that her service was trash. Literally, she had been let go because she was just bad, not because she was sexually harassed or anything like that. This was picked up from the reviews and shared into the Discord, and she didn't say a word. She said it was all a lie, and that of course she wasn't bad at her job. As this was happening, more and more positive reviews rained from the Reddit gods, along with support saying things like, sorry you're being attacked, here's a 5-star review. Heard there was some video game points at stake, here's a 5-star review. Here's a 5-star review, can I have Magister's Blade? Okay, those are Reddit reviews. A day passes. 24 hours later, Reddit has blown up with support. And the odd, you're just here for backpats, you cunt. Obviously not disclosing anyone's name. The reviewers did some digging of their own. Zombie was found. The Reddit sleuths had made the connection. The post was removed shortly after. As the reviews continued to come in on the negative side from the guild, the owner combated the reviews with, "I'll be getting my lawyer involved in whatever the hell this is." Can you imagine a small business owner, probably boomer to the max? Like, I don't know what's going on. All these people are zerking my reviews. I don't know what's happening. Something to do with World of Warcraft? I have no idea what's going on right now. Zombie told everyone, please stop doing the reviews, and that it has gotten way out of control, and she'd be contacted about this. Naturally, Fox had to agree and say, "Oh man, this joke is probably done now, guys. Haha, what a funny joke. Should probably stop doing those reviews now. Everyone has their points." Those dipshits sent reviews from their personal Google accounts. The reviews stayed up, and the owner just kept combating them. I did get a kind message in my DMs on Reddit from the owner saying that he was forever grateful, and if I were to come in, he would give me a free dinner. Round of applause! Clearly there is judgment for the GM, Offbeat Fox, from the audience, and the turds that are slaves to a loot system. However, I will let your jury decide for themselves. Hopefully my actions were taken with kind regard from the chat, and if you all run into something like this in your lives, I hope you have the ability to stand up for what is right. Also, fuck Zombie and Offbeat Fox. What a prick. Thank you for the 15 quid, Offbeat Fox. Appreciate it. What a prick. And small. And bearded. What a dick. Thank you again. They deserve each other. Thank you for your time, Preacher and chat, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Round of applause. Yes, do what's right. Really? Really innocent. Innocent, yes. Well played, the subreddit. That's hard work. Getting Reddit to fight that army is just waiting. Look at GME. He just likes the stock, man. He just likes the stock. That was a lovely story. Okay, we have a question that has come in. A question that has come in. What do you expect me to do? Okay, this seems like stark contrast to our last one. Is this a story of inaction? What do you expect me to do? Question mark. Guilty? Okay, alright, calm down. We don't even know what's happened yet. Give him a chance. Bex, can you make a note so we use Hawk and Doggo's names again? I think they were just very briefly mentioned in another story. If you could, Bex. Give me a hell's yeah, unless I have to put it in the Discord. I think you're here. Thank you, Bex. Appreciate it. Guilty? I don't know. What do you expect me to do? Right, this the two names we have for this story. A Brewmaster Monk and a Windwalker Monk. A Brewmaster Monk and a Windwalker Monk. Okay, monk fight. Good times. Hello, Preacher of the Chat, and I write to you today from Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. This little quick story takes place during Season 4 of Battle for Azeroth in a very challenging Mythic +4 dungeon. Good God. Mythic +4. This is the place where nightmares are made. I have been playing World of Warcraft since Nilla. I played off and on throughout Battle for Azeroth because that expansion was, you know, taking a break during Uldir because I couldn't be asked to grind islands. I came back for Nazjatar, then quit again because essences. Then came back for Nyalotha, only to be corruption. And then took another break until implemented the corruption vendors. God, that had to have been rough for the guys who stopped starting expansion, right? That had to have been rough. Every time you came back, there was another new grind waiting for you on top of the old one. Like, it's not like the old one disappeared. It's like, well, here's another one, and here's another one. Jesus Christ, that must have been tough. That must have been fucking tough. Before taking this final break in Battle for Azeroth, I had been playing a Windwalker Monk, and I had him decently geared, sitting around 460 item level, with a few decent pieces of corruption, including the swaggiest of the swag, praise be in the chat, Twilight Devastation rank 3. RNG DPS forever. With corruption vendors announced, I decided I'll come back, kill some time, and get ready for the next expansion, the Shadowlands. Since it had been a while since I had played, I decided to do some lower level M+ dungeons to, shake off the ring rust. How to play in low pressure environment, just get used to things again, and grab myself a key of my own that I could push things with. My IO was dog shit. That shouldn't matter. I don't think IO is that relevant. And I was never going to get into higher keys without using my own special key. My guild at the time was on hiatus until the Shadowlands, with so many raiders burnt out from the last 2 years of awfulness that was BFA. So there wasn't much opportunity to do keys or high raiding outside of pugs. I open up the group finder, and I find a group for one of the worst dungeons of all time. Tol de Gore? Tol de Gore's alright. How dare you? A +4 Tol de Gore. I figured this would be a good opportunity to practice and help some lower geared, less skilled, or even just alt players get a timed key. Tol de Gore's alright. Yeah, the camera was bad, but other than that, it was cool. It had shortcuts, it had extra buffs, you could go in a little cannon. Do you remember that seasonal affix where the cannons could come back to life and chase you? That was good times, man. That was pretty good. I like that. I was quickly invited to the group, and the living hell began. Okay. Any guesses where this goes wrong? I've seen many Tol de Gore groups fall apart in the first area, but I think we'll get past that. I'm going to say... It's going to be in the middle, right? It's got to be. It's got to be in the middle. The run started off fine. We quickly made our way to the Sand Queen and killed her with relative ease, but it took longer than expected for a +4. I inspected people at this point. Wait a minute. What's this DPS meter? Time to investigate. I realized I was playing with some very, 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 good God almighty, poorly geared people. But I decided to check out details to see what was going on. Because even their gear did not amount to what the DPS meter was saying. To my surprise, I found that despite... Nobody plays Windwalker now, right? Is it dead now, that meme? Are you still going? Alright. To my surprise, I found that despite not dying at all during the fight, Sullivan, a Windwalker monk, didn't do any damage. He was last in the DPS behind our Holy Paladin. Now, I know that Holy Pallies are pumpers, but it was bizarre. But it was fine, the boss was dead, I did enough damage that I could have solo DPS'd the run anyway, given that I really outgeared this. So, I mean, who cares, right? Who cares? Maybe he had lagged out, maybe something IRL had come up. Benefit of the doubt thrown his way, I'm sure it's fine. But then Cthulhu showed up. We started making our way through the disgusting abomination of a dungeon that Blizzard had created towards Jess Howlis. A few packs in, I noticed that Sullivan is still not doing any damage. I mean, he's there, his colour pops up, but no damage. I do a quick inspect. Let's have a double check of old Sully boy, see what's going on. I notice our friend is wearing a two-handed weapon. Now, Windwalkers can't use a two-handed weapon in BFA. It turns out our friend was in his Brewmaster set before starting the dungeon and forgot to switch weapons, so his abilities were grayed out. We let him know. Sully, did you notice that you can't attack anything? We have him run back out of the dungeon to switch gear. And things go much more smoothly on the following pull. Sullivan is now appearing on the damage meter. Round of applause for Sullivan. Round of applause. Doesn't end there, though. Nope, that's not fixed this +4. I noticed that we're waiting around 45 seconds to a minute between the pulls inside of the prison. We're just standing there doing nothing. I'm jumping around backwards and forth, waiting for the pull. After the weapon fiasco, I'm starting to get a little frustrated with this group. I'm here to practice, and I've already practiced not playing World of Warcraft. So I would like to practice playing it. I get a little frustrated, so I pipe up. Hey, Surfer! Can we pull a little quicker? There is a timer in Mythic Plus. Dude. I'm texting. Can you text after the run to do that? We could do with timing the key. Dude, I have a life, okay? It's not all about World of Warcraft. He replies. I mean, I've kind of just given up. I don't even need anything from here, right? I mean, what am I doing? So I do what every group absolutely hates, and I think, fuck it, I'll just pull for him and see if he reacts. And this continues throughout all of the trash on the way to Jess Howlis. I should just leave. Your chat is probably saying it right now. But I've kind of committed 20 minutes of my life to a +4 told to go. I want to help out the other couple of dudes who are clearly just genuinely trying to get their key done. So Jess Howlis dies, and it's time to move on to the next boss. Bros. I've got to go. This dungeon's taking too long, man. What do you mean you've got to go? We're in the middle of a key. You were the one not pulling. What do you mean you've run out of time? I was in disbelief. Look at the time, man. I've got to go make my lunch. Lunch? What do you mean? We've been sat here for 15 minutes while you were texting, and now you're going to leave in the middle of the run to make lunch? What are you doing? I look back at it now. And Surfer's response might actually be the genuinely most funniest thing I've ever heard someone say to me in 15 years of World of Warcraft. As if confused, his reply to my outburst was quite simple. I mean, what can we do? What do you expect me to do? Not eat? At this point, I'm just speechless. It was a response I didn't expect. And he caught me off guard that I don't even know what to say. I just sat there, dumbfounded, as his character sat down for 20 seconds, and then the offline status appeared over his unit frame. He actually just logged off, just to go and make his lunch, in the middle of a key that he signed up for. I wish I could tell you that this little story had a better ending for the rest of my group. They were kind and determined. They were newbie, sure, but that's not the ending. I just Alt F4'd. I stood up from my computer, my jaw still lying on the floor. And I went and made myself some lunch, because it was lunchtime. I'm not saying that ironically. I hope you enjoyed my little quick drama story. A bit of advice to the listeners of the chat. If you have to have lunch at a very specific time, maybe don't sign up to Pug a Dungeon a few minutes before that time. Okay? What did you expect him to do? Oh, also, never Pug +4s. I don't think that's fair. You can Pug a +4. Just be prepared for the worst, right? That's all. It took too long, man. This is taking forever, you know? I've had to text people. This has been really stressful. I mean, I need some lunch, dude. I need some carbs or something. Okay. Look, I want to be clear before I read this. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm okay with LFR, all right? If you don't like LFR, don't go. Okay? All right? If you don't like it, just don't go. But it can be bad. Remember, in BFA, I sat in that LFR on my druid all day to test out, what's he called? Eyeball Man. Laser Beam Boy. Nazoth. I have paid my dues. I have paid my dues. Right, we need a guild name. Wait for it before you start spamming. It's a... Oh my god. Is this real, Bex? Is this the description from the story? Oh, sweet Jesus. We need 2 guild names, but one of them needs to represent a guild that is for mature women only. And another guild name. Simping for Bessie. Cosmopolitan. I like that. Cosmopolitan. All right, we'll go with Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan and the Bessies. Oh, the Bessies is good. I wish we could have the Bessies in there. It's a little inside for those people who don't see our other games playthrough. The Golden Girls? Oh, no, because people think it's a piss thing. Yeah, see, it's already went from Golden Girls to Golden Showers in less than one line. Brackets Karen. Cougar Town. I don't like it. The Karens of Kalimdor. And we need another guild name that's nothing to do with that subject at all. Alright? The Leakers. Oh, bruh. Alright, we'll have the Leakers for the next story as well. Okay. Oh, we're doing LFR with the mature ladies. Okay. Dear Preacher and his many more Walker mates. I am one of the millions of old raiders who resubbed during the sunset of Battle for Azeroth. After a few years' absence, playing my Draenei Shaman, female I hope, I felt like coming home. The only problem was that my guild was stone cold dead. Feel that, dude. Purely out of loneliness and looking for friends, I joined a trade chat guild during my very, very first visit to Borealis. Wow. Okay. I joined a women-only guild named Cosmopolitan. Their ad requested specifically mature, sensible ladies for easy good times. That sounds like a whorehouse. Like, for real? That sounds like such a red light area. I'm not even memeing. Like, that's exactly what that sounds like. That sounds like a Craigslist ad for future porn stars. Right? Doesn't it? That's exactly what that sounds like. That line alone should have been a red flag. I'm not exactly mature and never join a guild that describes its needs like a 45-year-old divorced dad on eHarmony. Aww. It was the kind of guild where the message of the day is an inspirational quote from the yoga subreddit. Oh my fucking god. I need some examples, chat. Can you Google some examples? I need some examples. This was the kind of guild where the weekly calendar has 2 officer meetings and no raids. Where you don't tell anyone you're going to do an M+, because the same 5 terrible warriors will always beg to come along. And you refuse to invite them because you're not a masochist. And then you get whispers from the officially ranked social officer who calls you Missy and lectures you about guild spirit. Jesus Christ. Now, you listen here, Missy. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. Oh, magnificent. Live, laugh, LFR. Oh, they're horrific. Get me out. No, we're in. We're in. Don't you drop the stream. We're in for the long haul here, all right? Stick with me. Obviously, I didn't want to do Shadowlands with these people. I'm not insane. But as a professional golf coach, IRL, I generally take my time making decisions. Okay, so we've got a golf influence here. When I finally got on Discord with my ladies-only guild and discovered all the officers were actually men. Oh, it's a MILF trap. Nightmare. MILF trap. It's like sticky paper. I got suspicious. When one of them heard my voice and asked me my age, I G-quit on the spot. I'm out. How old are you? It's a MILF trap. Oh my god. It's a total MILF trap. I opened my guild. Oh, that's it. Is that the end of that guild? Oh, boo. Boo. We want more, man. Oh, you're leaving us hanging? That's the end of the MILF guild. God damn it, man. I want to... Where's Cosmopolitan? I'm joining. I'll send in a spy. Bex, I have a mission for you. I need you and Stormy on a mission, okay? We need to infiltrate this, like, ASAP and find out what's going on in the MILF trap. One of the officers of the new guild is a shadow priest called Rhaera. All right, so we're in a new guild now. We're in the Leakers. All right. Oh, shit, I skipped a bit. I'm sorry. I opened my guild finder and applied to a dozen heroic raiding guilds. It wasn't hard. My new guild name, the Leakers, is full of wonderful, easygoing but competent people. We're making slow progress through heroic Nathria, and I enjoy every raid. Well, pretty much every raid. One of the officers of the new guild is a shadow priest called Rhaera. Rhaera has raided every tier since Blackwing Lair. But COVID cost him his nail salon job, and now he does evening shifts at a petrol station. Bummer, dude. He can't make the guild raids anymore. Instead, Rayra does LFR. At first, he said he loved the convenience, but his dissatisfaction had increased week by week. Yesterday, his frustration boiled over into guild chat, and he spammed us with complaints. The bosses are boring, the players are bad, the loot is useless, and the atmosphere is fucking miserable. I have never done LFR. It's below me. So I just replied, lol, in all caps. After all, how bad can LFR even be? The game makes the group for you, the bosses are easy, it's just free crappy loot, right? I expressed these thoughts to Raya and he just replied, the 3 dots of shame. And give me the old, well, why don't you come along, smart ass, and see what I'm talking about? Confident as the day I was born. Sure, let's go, I said without thinking it through. Raya invited me, and we're queuing for the first wing of LFR. Which time period are we in? I feel like I'm playing Chrono Trigger. Are we in Nathria? Is this first wing of Nathria? Well, it's Rathion, right? The first thing to know about LFR is that queuing as DPS is a commitment, like marriage. I never expected the wait time icon on the minimap would show over an hour. I didn't even think that was possible. A 2-hour queue? Question mark, I asked. Yeah, it's not too bad today, said Rayra. But you can't AFK, because the way LFR works, the invite can come at any time. That's the most exciting part. Okay, I said, sure. Opening my map. The multitude of world quests available suddenly made sense. Oh, you see, in the pug world. Oh my God, Bex, what have you got me into? I'm not in a good place right now with the pug world. You understand that, right? You understand that, Bex? I just want to be clear. This is not my story. All right. This is an entertainment show. All right. I am the delivery system. Okay. I'm the UPS driver. Right. I'm FedEx right now. Okay. That's all I'm doing. I take it from here and I bring it over here. Okay. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I don't. What's in the box has nothing to do with me. You see, in the pug world, world quests aren't just a daily chore for the rep hungry. They're magazines in the waiting room of pug life. Oh my God, that is the best description I've ever heard. Wow, that's so good. That's actually amazing. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's good. I had just reached the Tremaculum to find... Oh, this is in... Oh, it's modern. It's Shadowlands LFR. Okay. I just reached the Tremaculum to farm some Stygia when the queue popped. 1 hour and 10 minutes early. Woohoo! Rayra said, full of enthusiasm. The next thing to know about LFR. Okay, number 2. The next thing to know about LFR is that you seldom get invited at the start of the raid. Rayra and I entered the raid already up to Huntsman Altamore. 3 stacks, said Rayra. Stacks, I asked. And Rayra explained. You explaining it to us? I think we know, but still. It turns out that when you fail in LFR, everyone gets a raid buff called Determination that increases your damage, healing, and health. It's supposed to enable noobs to beat the bosses eventually, no matter how terrible they are. Again, I'm the UPS. I'm just the delivery guy. Like, don't at me. I fucking swear to God, don't email me. Oh, that's cool! I could properly blast with 15% extra damage. Rayra just sighed. You have no idea. We arrived... I like the naivety. Oh, shit! I get 15% more damage? Dude, I'm going to blast. This is going to be awesome. We arrived in Huntsman's room to the scene of chaos. In one corner, guys were playing with train sets. In another, 3 hunters were having some kind of bounce-off. There were mage tables, feasts, skeletons, hellstone fountains, and companion pets all over the place, and a warlock yellowing something about abortion. Okay. I've been in LFR. I've not seen a scene like this. I ate from the nearest feast and sharpened my weapons. I decided not to flask, even though it was a raid. Oh, you poor summer child. It's a raid. I should flask, right? That's what my muscles are telling me to do. I'm in a raid now. I should oil. I should buff my chest. I should... But flasking didn't seem important because we had this determination buff, which is pretty good. Then I just stood and watched the circus as minutes and minutes passed. What's happening? I said to Rayra eventually. We haven't got any tanks, he replied. Oh yeah. Sure enough, my raid frame showed there was 0 tanks in this group. Another 5 minutes went by. The raid had now moved on to discussing COVID lockdowns. Genius. I can't think of a better place to have this discussion. However, they were talking about COVID lockdowns, the welfare of racehorses, and whether or not subsidizing sanitary pads for teenage girls was communism. I fucking can't with this game, man. I fucking can't, man. A monk used a Gammon's braid toy, which sparked a trend, and soon the whole room was Gammon's. Good shit. Okay, now we're picking up the pace. I was just looking for an excuse to leave. This was a hassle. When two tanks joined the group. We had a demon hunter and a paladin. 4 warlocks all made summoning stones to expedite their journey from the entrance. The demon hunter, Hero, pulled the instant he arrived. This took most of the raid by complete surprise, especially the pally tank who was not in the room yet. One of the many Gammons screamed, "What are you doing?" as we tried to get into position. "Kill boss!" All caps, says Hero. We kill the first big fuzzy bear, but tanking Huntsman and Barghast together, bear number 2, just was not going to work, and our wonderful demon hunter Hero, ironically, went down. "Losers! 1 heal!" Of course, he said, all caps, taking a res and dying again. Our paladin tank, then seemingly pulling from the paladin quotebook, got quite uppity with himself. "This is what you get for being impatient," said Kithian the paladin. "Shut up, slow paladin," says Hero as we wiped. As we ran back, I checked my meter. Let me tell you something. If you're a heroic raider and want to feel really good about yourself, go ahead and do LFR. How do you think mythic raiders feel? I was 3k ahead of the Ret Paladin number 2. Rayra was number 4 in the position, and none of the bottom 10 had broken through that mystical 2k barrier, even with 3 stacks of determination. I linked the meter to Rayra, and his response surprised me. "You need to do less damage." "Lol, smiley," I said. "No, I'm serious." When I asked him why, he just said to trust him. I'm confused. Why? Why would you do less? I'm really intrigued now. What's this? We made it back to Huntsman. While we waited for a replacement healer, as one just immediately left after this ninja pull, and the 5 or 6 people who got lost on their way to find the room, spamming, the raid recited old TV ads that concluded with a stirring text rendition of "I feel like chicken tonight." Like chicken tonight. Including some emoted clucking. Nice commitment to the cause. The next pull started well. Margot went down even faster thanks to our 4 determination stacks. My first sign of trouble was when Hero started running madly back and forth across the room between the 2 tanks. Oh no. Kithian, our paladin, please will you stop taunting off me? Okay, so our paladin has clearly pulled Barghast out to spawn the ads far away. And our hero, ironically named Hero Tank, wants to tank all the things. "Just heal me, I'm better geared," replied Hero. He died, and in the confusion, nobody noticed the shade spawn, and we wiped. "You are all shit," Hero declared. Our paladin said, "Please vote kick this guy, or I'm leaving too." "I don't even need to be kicked, mate, because I don't play with losers," as Hero left the LFR group. "Thank God for that," declared Kithian. Let us queue again. I checked my meter for that pull, and my DPS was even better. I felt like a god in here. It was, honestly, the only thing making me feel good about this raid was the damage meter. So I said so to Rayra. Not so easy, is it? He replied, adding, and slow down your damage. Why? Why? Why should I do less damage? LFR people don't like show-offs. So? And? So what? I guess. True. Oh, right. Oh, no. So what? Oh, my God. Not like a show-off. And what? Jesus Christ. The wait for another tank was excruciating. Rayra and I had queued in the early evening, and now I was actually late for bed, having done 0 bosses and certainly not gotten any items. As the minutes dragged on, the group became increasingly frustrated. It felt like none of the normal rules of society or World of Warcraft existed anymore. Oh my god, it's turning into the Lord of the Flies. A lively debate sprang up about male masturbation techniques, where a ready check was used to gauge the raid's performance for rubbing or tugging. 3 guys began marching up and down in slash walk, shouting Marga 2024. A mage began spelling out the word penis in eternal cauldrons. Finally, we got our new tank. It was a warrior. Are these the same people in my YouTube comments who tell me they haven't got time for raid guilds? Are you the same people? Finally, we got our new tank. It was a warrior who requested and received raid leader status. Oh, Jesus. He began assigning tasks immediately. He seemed confident, competent. He gave me inspiration. Finally, I thought, a tank who knows what he's doing. What blew my mind was the tank did a countdown before the pull. Can you imagine? Wow. Everything went great through Margot, partly thanks to our new tank and partly thanks to the 5 stacks of determination we now have. Barghast got pulled away from the boss and tanked on the other side of the room. A shade pop and got hexed into a frog. It was like watching poetry. And then something happened I would never have anticipated in a million years. An add-on generated raid warning appeared on my screen. Dance macabre soon. What? Ignoring it, I helped the raid kill the shade and burn down Barghast. Then just as Hekuta spawned, another raid warning appeared. Dance macabre now. The raid chat was filling with questions. What do I do? What dance is on this boss? And just, huh? People were starting to actually run as if the mechanic was happening. While reading this in chat, I noticed that one genius had done slash dance with the boss, and others started joining in case that was going to work. Kill the dog, I started spamming. Ignore it. But it was too late. Half the raid was running and dancing. Apparently this included the healers because both the tanks died. And sigh, said Rayra, talking in raid chat for the first time. As I ran back to the boss, my brain was struggling to process what I had just witnessed. Where the fuck do these people come from? Oh, you can't say that. That's rude. Where did they live? How did they turn on computers? Why did they even play this game? And suddenly I saw a loading screen and I was back in Oribos. And my jaw literally dropped. Did I just get vote kicked? I asked in guild chat in disbelief. Yep, you got vote kicked, said Rayra. Why? People thought you were showing off and being elitist. Ladies and gentlemen, this was my first and only attempt at LFR. I urge anybody who has never experienced LFR to maybe go once, but dedicate a whole night to it. There is an entire shadow World of Warcraft, an underground that must be seen to be believed. You'll come out of it with sympathy for the downtrodden citizens of Azeroth and the realization that your heroic and mythic raid difficulties really are first world problems. And if you are an LFR player, please, I beg you, find a better way to spend your time. Thank you. Well, well, I mean, the Shadowlands Nightside. Yeah, I got removed. I imagine there may have been a few more comments trying to motivate the raid to do it. I like the idea of using slash dance to keep things going. Here, I have no words. I've seen some bizarreness in LFR. I have. I do dread the conversation that's going in while people waiting for bosses. But it can get rough in there. It can get rough. Ladies and gentlemen, in just under 4 hours, I will be back with you for BlizzCon. Oh yeah, BlizzCon is in a few hours' time, and I will be here with you to chill out, talk shit, maybe have a beer, and have some fun with it. It is BlizzCon night. It's going to be good. So be awesome, and I will be back with you as soon as I can. I'm going to spend some time with the family. I'm going to watch me some WandaVision, and then I'll be back with you, all right? Let's hope it's all good, especially for those of you who've not had the spoilers. You're in for a good time. I will see you again in a little while. Bye-bye. Where's my proper exit? There it is.